That's a home run. Is Kenny Golladay trash, or is Julio Jones done? What about Jason Brownlee? Is he good enough? Malik Taylor? Malik was a practice squad guy in Green Bay for a couple seasons. Tough, I don't know, but I can say that kind of sucks now, right? You had Elijah Moore, you had Denzel Mims. And now you don't. For one reason or another, those guys didn't work out. Mims, I guess, could still be an option if he's healthy at some point, but we'll see. Unlike many of you, you seem to think that somehow the Jets went from contention to not being able to field a team because Corey Davis has retired. I look at it as you have a really deep tight end room. Obviously, Uzomah Conklin and Jeremy Ruckert, who you'd expect to make the team. So I'm guessing the Jets will carry 3 tight ends. Then you have your running backs, obviously. The addition of Dalvin Cook to go along with Breece Hall, Michael Carter, and then, I'd imagine Bam Knight will be the 3rd or the 4th running back if the Jets carry 4 running backs into the regular season. So plenty of weapons. You don't need to state, Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Mecole Hardman. Those will be your top 3 with Randall Cobb, who's probably better than your average 4. Mecole Hardman joined this team for an increased role. Allen Lazard, that's obviously someone that Aaron Rodgers is familiar with. They've played together for a number of years in Green Bay. Adding another receiver is important for this team, but I don't think it has to be, the level of talent that some of you are making it out to be. I think a serviceable professional wide receiver would be more than enough to compensate whatever you were going to get from Corey Davis. Remember, Corey Davis is a guy, we all love him here in New York. Sad to see him go. We like him on the field. His production, the thing is, when he's out there, he's really good. He was a solid 1-2 for the Jets when he was on the field. Zach Wilson even, that became Zach's favorite target. They had the memorable game 2 seasons ago versus Corey's old team, the Tennessee Titans. But it wasn't really, it wasn't like Corey Davis was on the field for 16, 17 weeks and, 100 yards, 18 yards per catch. Yeah, he was a solid receiver, but the majority of the time when you looked up at, the roster on game day, Corey Davis wasn't out there. And so I think what we were excited about was the opportunity to see a healthy Corey Davis, maybe even see him play through whatever he could have been battling, just because you wanted to see how good he could be with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. But with that being said, the production was going to be a huge question mark. We were being really optimistic to think that Corey Davis was going to go out there and have, a very productive season. We would have liked to see it. So we would have liked to have been able to see it, but now we won't have that opportunity. So how do you replace that production? Well, maybe ask yourself, what level of production are you looking to replace? Are you looking to replace 400, 500 yards and 4 touchdowns? Well, that's not going to be too hard to do, to be honest. Corey Davis, he commanded respect on the field. I really like him as a receiver. I can't state that enough. There is definitely a drop-off, but I don't think it's to the level that all of a sudden the Jets can't win 11 games. I don't think it's that at all. I do think it's a situational thing. You need sure hands on third down. I know Corey Davis, people laugh a lot or joke a lot about the drops, but at the end of the day, I didn't trust anyone more until we got Garrett Wilson on this team. I didn't trust anyone more on third down to make a catch. So I guess we'll have to see. But I don't think it's time to hit a panic button. We'll see how other teams are faring later in the season towards the trade deadline. Obviously, there'll be some more roster cuts, and I think Joe Douglas has shown that he'll be ready to make a move if need be. So obviously, Davante Adams or Mike Evans are a long shot today, but who knows by week 5, 6, 7? Who knows? Whenever the trade deadline is, who knows, right? Who knows how the Bucs are doing? Who knows how the Raiders are doing at that time? And who knows what they're willing to accept in return? Especially with Mike Evans on a expiring contract this year. Who knows? But you want to win a Super Bowl, those are the types of receivers that you bring in. With or without Corey Davis, to be honest.
Raven just to look up, we gotta stay on 10 toes so they don't book us. And yeah, I got their ears now when I cook up. When we been winning so long, no way to overlook us. No,